So as promised, here I go. I'm going to walk down and see the animals and see if this is any good, whether you could see the animals, you know, all that kind of thing. So I'm just about to walk down the gravel drive to go see the horses first. And I'm just looking to see if our rogue goat is out. One of our goats, Jar Jar of Jar Jar and Binks, has taken to jumping the fence and eating all the leaves off my trees, which I'm not best pleased with, but at the same time there's something immensely cute about him, and of course he's not well, so we tend to sort of, we're a bit soft on Jar Jar really. So yeah, let's go see the horses. I'm very lucky. We have big grounds, you can imagine, to have horses you have to have, and we have areas that are sort of special, and this is one of them. This little area that we're in now, it's not really used for anything in particular. It sort of juts on to lots of bits, but this is actually where we bury our pets. We have so far 4 here. Each one gets a rose on top. They don't grow very well because of the beautiful trees, but it's just a really tranquil spot, and we put a bench and we can come and visit our beloved pets. Come and visit our beloved pets when we lose them, and you know, and just think about them. Look at this beautiful tree. Am I right? This is a beautiful tree. Look at it going up. I love trees. Hello, Jojo. Hello, Jojo. So this is Jojo, who I was telling you about, with her very sore feet. She has to be on box rest now. You can see she's in the stable. And we have to put shavings down. She can't have hay or grass, and well, she can have some hay to eat. Can you see it in there? We have to soak it to get as much of the goodness out and dust out as we can, and she has to go on shavings, which are kind to her feet. She seems quite happy in herself, aren't you, Jo? You're a happy girl. Yes, you're a happy girl. I'm hoping this will turn out all right. She goes this funny colour in the summer with a brown head. Oops, brown head and this sort of white grey body. You're lovely, aren't you? You're a beautiful girl, Jojo. She's one of our absolute favourites. She's the boys' favourite riding pony. So it's really sad for her to be shut in. But for the time being, she has to be. Then we've got some of our chickens who are out and about and pecking through the through the muck heap. This is Malcolm and his 3 favourite ladies. Katie is the one that's closest to him with a bit of black on. She's got her head up now. That's Katie. She's his absolute favourite. They've been together forever, and we let them roam free because they're special. But they're not rare breeds or anything like that. They're just the friendliest of chickens. So I come right over. Hello, Malcolm. Hello, Malcolm. So this is Malcolm and his 3 girls. And they roam all over the place. You find them everywhere. I know. And then here's the horses. Oh! So this is them in their fly masks. So we have, oops. Let's get through the soil. Oh. So we have beautiful Aurora in pink. I love the ones where their ears. So this is our beautiful Aurora, our baby, who it will be 3 this year. See, the flies are bad. It's driving them mad at the moment. So we put the fly masks on. It just gives them a little bit of relief. Then we've got Danny in a red one with ears. Whoops. We've got Dowie down here. You can see on Dowie's nose in particular, because Dowie is a blonde horse. Can you see the flies all on him? So we put the fly mask. It just keeps the flies out of their eyes. Out of their eyes, because the flies are awful for it. You're going kind of dappled, beautiful girl. You see her coat is getting kind of dappled. Whoop. Then we have Dora at the back there, looking miserable, woebegone. And then this is Stella, who is Aurora's mummy. Stella has never worn a fly mask before. She's not been very well treated before she came to us, and we've had a lot of problems getting her into a fly mask. But she's taken a complete passion to my son-in-law. Haven't you, Stell? You like Tom, don't you? Stella loves Tom, and Tom managed to get a mask on her, and she flipping loves it. She has not tried to take it off, which amazes us, because that's what we thought she'd do, is rip it off the first chance she had. But she's tolerating it. They're all over here because there's trees here, so they're standing under the shade, and we put extra hay out in the field. Horses are greedy. Look at the chickens. They're going to see what else they can find. They're on the yard now. They're on the yard, which is really messy. It gets messy this time of the year. Just looking to see what can they find. If they rummage around, could they find something really yummy? I do love Malcolm and his girls. So here we have one of our sheep who's having a lie down again in some hay that we've put out for them. Not sure which one it is. I don't know if it's Hopalong. Is it you, Hopalong? Yeah. So there's little May. She's quite wild, quite skittish. She's a bit of a skitty girl. And then we have this is Hopalong. And I don't know where Barry is. Barry? Barry! The goats, do you see they have a play area? And they're coming at a rate of knots to visit, because they think there's going to be some food. Yeah, that is Hopalong. So where's Barry? Oh, hello Barry. And there's Barry, our monster sheep. What are you doing in there, Barry? What you doing? What you doing? You're hiding from the heat and the sun. Are you, Barry? They were sheared recently. I thought they'd be a lot smaller after they were sheared, but he's still huge. Look at him. Oh, and the goats and Barry are having a row. Don't fight. Don't fight, Binksy. So this is Binksy with the blue collar, and Jojo has a red collar. They're really, really friendly. They're Nubian goats. It's the ears. It's the ears that crack me up. Really, really friendly goats. Hello, darling. Hello. Hello, darling. Hello. Yes, hello. And then we have two miniature goats who are not very friendly, I have to say. Very cute, but not very friendly. And this is Jojo. Jojo, can you see, has a huge swelling on the side of his face. Can you see that there? They think when he was, the vet thinks that when he was a little kid, he was kicked and he's been injured, and it keeps filling up. It becomes a huge cyst. They don't want to drain it, because once they start the draining, it'll be sort of a continuous process. So the chances are that that will eventually kill him, but we think we can keep him going for a long, long time, don't we, Jojo? Hello, Binksy. Hello, Binksy. So yeah, that's the goats. They're in the field with. Can you see this oak tree? It's humongous. This oak tree, absolutely humongous. Can you see the trunk on it? The lady we got the house from said it's listed on the deeds, and it's something insane, like 300 or 400 years old. This tree. But the sheep and the goats like the shade from it, so it's all right, Malcolm. Got the war of the cockerels going on. I mean, it's what time is it? It's almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but Malcolm is shouting his head off because there is another cockerel further up, which we'll go and see now in a second, and they argue with each other, and we'll just go and see them. So back through the woods again. Not that it's not a big woods, but it's a little bit of a woods, and I love it. I know, Malcolm. I know. Where's your other lady gone? You're down to 2. What have you done with the other one? All right, I'm not chasing you. They're so funny. He is an absolutely fabulous cockerel. Oh, there's your other lady. He is. He is Malcolm number 3. We lost Daddy Malcolm. Oh, and just over there, hoping you can see the goats. Oh, the goats, what am I talking about? Some of the ducks have come out of the pond to have a relax by my swing. It's quite boggy by there. Any overflow water tends to go there, so it's quite sort of marshy and boggy, and they like it. They like it. I don't know why though, but they do. So we now have, I suppose officially 4 flocks. We have Malcolm with his ladies, and he free ranges. He's a skilled dude, he knows what he's doing. He's miserable if we keep him shut in. We then have what we call the motley crew, which is the ones that are making a din here. This is the motley crew in here. They're all different varieties of chicken. Some of them are sort of 2nd and 3rd generation, like this black and white one. I know. These are the motley crew. We have all sorts in here. All sorts of varieties, crossbreeds, and goodness knows what else is. And you see we've got a big beautiful golden Brahma there, a lavender Orpington, a common red, a buff Orpington. So we've got all sorts going on in here, and we I suppose some people would say we should get rid of them, but we're not going to. They're here and they're staying. We've put a roof on for them. You see, that's actually not to keep water off, although it does that a little bit as well. It's to give them some shade, because it's very sunny by here, and the poor little things were being baked. Then we have, oh yes, then we have 2 new runs that we've recently done, in which we've got some babies. I'll show you some of the babies. So you've got some grown-ups. These are called salmon faverol, the cream and brown. They're called salmon faverol, and we are actually breeding those. And then we've got a whole load of babies. Can you hear them? They are lavender Orpingtons, because we want to breed those, and some baby salmon faverols. So we're going to breed from these chickens. Oh! You're out of water, mate. What have you been doing with your water? Oh, you've knocked it off the dish, that's why. No fighting now, no fighting. You know, the pecking order is real. They do get chased around all over the place and pushed and shoved, and they quite often, you know, they get pecked. It looks as though it's nasty, but as someone who has been pecked myself many times, actually doesn't hurt. It just lets the other one know. They tend to do it and pull feathers. So here we go, and then this is the last lot, and this is the cockerel that's been shouting at Malcolm. Hello, you. He fancies himself. I wouldn't go in with him. He's not overly friendly. He's a beautiful example, but he's not terribly friendly. And he's got 2 ladies, but you see over here we've got some little ladies that are just growing up. Once they're old enough, they can go in with him, but at the moment they're a little bit young to have a cockerel chasing after them. So we've got 3 ladies that are going to join him. That's probably why he's yelling so much. He knows there's little ladies around. So he's having a little, you know, aren't I ferocious? Aren't I amazing? Aren't I, you know, special? He's got lovely feathers on his tail, hasn't he? But you can see he's pulled feathers off on his ladies. He's a little bit rough. It's nature, that's what they do. But because of that, we've kept the little ladies away from him. I know a lot of people would just throw them in, but we just feel more comfortable. But you can see all these babies. I mean, these have been reared from eggs. So, kind of in love with them. They're kind of gorgeous. And then, last but not least, I suppose, the goats are all still, can you see they're down the bottom of that field now? All waiting. They all thought they were going to get something special and didn't, so they're in a bit of a narc. And then last but not least, we have some babies, which I'll take you to see. Baby chickens. It's my greenhouse, growing some tomatoes. Not much else in here this year. Some house plants that I've repotted, and I'm waiting for them to sort of, well, they're looking well now. I was going to say they're waiting for them to look well. They look well. In here, whoops. In here we have some new babies. So I take that lid off. Can you see? Little baby chicks. So we've got little yellow ones, which are salmon faverals. We've got one Brahma that's come, which is that little brown, stripy, tigery looking one. They're absolutely gorgeous, and they stay in my greenhouse in this specially built run with their food and their water and their everything, just to keep them warm, keep them safe until they're big enough to go out. And they're all clustered. Aren't they cute? So that's it. That's a quick rundown of the animals. We've done the horses, we've done the sheep, we've done the goats, we've done the chickens, lots of chickens. Yeah, we're going to try and narrow it down so that we only breed 3 varieties of chicken here. And it looks like it's going to be lavender Orpingtons, which are my favourite. The salmon faverals and the... I've forgotten the name. The other variety. I'll add it on. I think what that... Whatever that variety is, I shall add it on. And yeah, we're not getting any more animals for a while because we have a lot that aren't well and are costing quite a lot of money in vet bills. The vet bills are horrific. I tell you what, any of you out there with grandkids who are older than mine, get them to be a vet. The money in being a vet is impossible. It's one of the kids' play areas around the place. We have various of them. And what I love is that all these trees, these ones, like this one, I planted. And when I planted it, it was just like a stick. And now it goes, whoops, now it's turning into a real beauty, which makes me really happy. Because I love trees. And this whole area, I'll turn you around. This whole area, when we came here, this was all bare grass. There was no path. There was just the huge pampas grass. I've got the word for it. Yeah, pampas. There was just that plant. So none of these trees were here. Obviously those immense ones were, but these ones on the lawn. So I've been planting like mad because I want this to be more trees. This is the cottage that I did for my mum and dad. As you can see, I put roses to climb round it. This was very bare when we bought the place. This was all concrete here. We renovated and then I planted it up with some David Austin roses and some hydrangeas, and you can see it's just absolutely beautiful. It's picturesque, which is funny to me, but it is, you know, absolutely gorgeous now. And I mean, look at these roses. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And my absolute favourite, which is Gertrude. My absolute favourite, which is Gertrude Jekyll, or Jackal, depending on who you are. Growing and reaching for the sun. And this is what I've been talking to you about with my having sewage things done and it needing repairing and an awful smell and so forth. They actually had to knock out a whole chunk of the wall of the house to join up this new pipe because this was all cracked and broken, and it runs under the patio. They had to lift a certain amount of the patio. So the sand has come now so that we can fill the hole with sand and then put new slabs back down on it. And then we're just going to use a sort of a foam sealant around the pipe and put some slabs in front of it, and then I can move my pots back and it will hide what's gone on in there without actually hiding it to the extent that it was where we couldn't get to it when we had a problem. So yeah, so that's it. That's the animals. Hopefully this has turned out okay and you like it. it's so warm here. It is so warm, but it's actually not very sunny. So fingers crossed that that worked, and it looks nice, and I'm able to show it all to you. So I hope you're okay, guys. Now, if there's anything you want, any of the animals you want to know more about, or you'd like a video just about them maybe, do let me know, because we love our animals here. And they weren't looking their best today because it's hot. They don't want to be roaming around. I couldn't get the horses to run if I ran at them myself, probably, at the moment. Whereas in the spring and the autumn, I usually manage to get some footage of them running around and being lunatics. But in this hot weather, they're just like, nope, I'm going to stand under a tree. I'm going to try and ignore these flies that are eating me, and I'm just going to keep my head down until, you know, it cools down a bit. So, but yeah, if you want anything else, please do let me know, and I will do my best anyway to do it for you. Anyway, I'm off. Bye, guys.